It's October, and that means a month of horror, creepy, and scary. And to celebrate, I'm going to be counting down the top 5 scary monsters of D&D that can add an element of horror and haunting into your game. Legends tell of wicked, ogre-like creatures with formidable magic powers. Cruel and domineering, they often enslave weaker creatures and devour the innocent. These monsters are called Oni, and they figure prominently in many children's tales and nightmares. In nursery rhymes, Oni are fearsome boogeymen that haunt the nightmares of children and adults alike, yet they are very real and always hungry. They find human babies especially delicious. Oni look like demonic ogres with blue or green skin, dark hair, and a pair of short ivory horns protruding from their foreheads. Their eyes are dark with strikingly white pupils, and their teeth and claws are jet black. By the light of day, an Oni hides its true form with magic, gaining the trust of those it intends to betray when darkness descends. These creatures can change their size, as well as their shape, appearing as humanoids as they pass through towns, pretending to be travelers, woodcutters, or frontier folk. In such a form, an Oni takes stock of the selection of humanoids in a settlement and devises ways to abduct and devour them. Oni are sometimes called ogre mages because of their innate magical ability. Though they are only distantly related to true ogres, they share the ogre's habit of joining forces with other evil creatures. An Oni serves a master if doing so proves lucrative, or provides it with a luxurious, well-defended home. Oni covet magic, and they work for evil wizards and hags in exchange for useful magic items. Oni cleverly build and hide strongholds in underground layers and surround themselves with creature comforts and useful servants. Oni view themselves as powerful lords deserving of lesser creatures' respect. Oni who feel that they have been treated with disrespect are often driven to arrange elaborate schemes of vengeance and humiliation. There are murderous night hunters that slip into small villages and towns to devour sleeping victims. They prize the flesh of intelligent humanoids above all else. Between meals, night hunter Oni dwell in simple huts in isolated areas at the edge of civilization, relying on their magic to appear as hermits and thus conceal their murderous activities. Now that we know what an Oni is, we can see how to put it into our games to surprise and terrify players. Onis are terror of the night, and though they might be giants, they act nothing like trolls or ogres. Oni would much rather lure creatures into a web of arcane deceit, only to strike from the shadows when their prey is at their weakest. Onis don't typically work in groups, they prefer to live and lash out alone. To put an Oni into a game, you must think cleverly. Up against a low-level party, an Oni could be a death sentence, a boogie monster to hunt down your party, keeping them on edge and terrifying them. Or it could be a formidable opponent for a higher level party, such as level 8, where they wait until one is singled out and strike with treachery or deceit. The Oni have a fly speed of 30 feet, and it can cast invisibility and darkness at will. This gives the Oni many options to close in on the party, either being disguised in a humanoid form, moving through darkness, flying in above, using invisibility, or some combination of the four. An Oni is a great creature to introduce, preying on a small town, sneaking in occasionally to take someone in the night. An Oni would never barge out into the open and strike at a party. They want to strike fear in hearts of its victims. But once you do get it out into the open, it will not be an easy fight. The Oni has Cone of Cold, Gaseous Form, Sleep, and Charm Person that it can cast once a day. It also has 110 HP with 10 points of regeneration at the beginning of each round. This makes it not only good in hiding, but also once it gets out into the open for a fight. The Oni can use its claws in its Oni form, or its glaive in its small or humanoid one. If you do find yourself facing what could potentially be an Oni as a player, do not expect it to be easy, and do not expect it to come out for a fight. If your party hears rumors of an Oni and decides to investigate, you better be well equipped and never become isolated from your party. If you find yourself helpless in the night, and you hear scratching or see claw marks, it may already be too late.